think I've gone through 2 or 3 cars since I last posted, but you know, the more things change, the more they stay the same. And I'm back with another Genesis. Gonna put this engine, that supercharger in here. I got this for 3,300 bucks. I think it was a good deal. You know, I bought my boy Bobby, who does all the work on the car for me, you know, body wise. I brought him, and I'll just stop talking. I'll show you guys in the back. Let me show you guys around here. It has headers and everything, back exhaust back. Otherwise stock. It has a K&N air filter in it. 160,000 miles. Drove home, purred, no problems whatsoever. It's clean. So I'll be trading this or selling it. Probably trade it for some parts. I want to do a BK2 conversion again. I gotta get Brembos. I gotta get a limited slip differential and some other things, but I'll show you guys. Trashed. And somebody actually painted the seats, man. Like, yes, paint. Straight up paint. Straight up paint, man. It's a pretty beat car, man, but you know, I gotta replace some things. Definitely a good start for me, man. You guys know I can turn this around. But as of right now, AC is ice cold. Everything works, shift beautifully. It does have codes. Let me plug this in. Yeah, it does have codes for the cats. It has it's full exhaust, headers back, no cat. So, you know, driving home, of course, you leave the DMV and everything, sign the title over, and a check engine light. Come on, you know, typical fuckery. So as you guys can see, 104 stored, permit, catalyst, fuel system. I don't know if you guys can see that. Catalyst. So, you know, it's a clean car, well, clean drivetrain, because I'll be getting rid of it. So, it does have Raceland coilovers, which they didn't feel too bad on the way back. I don't know if I'll change those, probably. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's bent right here. It was rear-ended, and it was pushed in a little bit. It's still clean title, but this structural damage is on the Carfax, but it's clean title. You know what I'm saying? This trunk is trash. It's been like Bondo. You can see it. So, like I said, I paid $3 grand for it, which isn't bad. Actually, I paid $3,300. Sounds like shit. Everything works, so. There it is, guys. All right, guys, so like I said, I got this up on a stand. I didn't really have the right length bolts. The top ones are kind of short. So I kept this on until I take the heads and the pan off so it's not as heavy. And this part I didn't really record, but it took me 1,000 configurations of this to get it off. I was trying to get it off with these little divots they have for the tool, but it'll only stick back here. They have like cutouts, you know, indentures for another, I guess, form of the tool. But so I got this on, and you just ratchet it off. Let's see if you guys can see that coming off. See, it's coming right out. And I just do this until it gets close to the bolt, and then I gotta back the bolt out and go a little farther. And like I said, I have no idea what's waiting for me under this. It was a $1,200 core with supposed top end noise. But it has been opened because some bolts are missing and the crank sensor is missing. So I guess we're gonna find out at the same time if this was worth it. And like I said, my methods, I am by no means a mechanic, but I will not go to a mechanic for trivial shit like this. So now, let's just back this out. Spin the bolt out looser. And then boom, we continue. It's like I was saying, these little hooks right here. Just go straight there. Hooked up. All right, and we're back moving again. Should be just about ready to fall out soon. And we hit the bolt again. All right. So we don't really have room. You know, I usually use ATI dampers, so I have the ATI damper remover tool. Let's see if this bad boy will come out this way. And I don't mind being rough with this because I'm not using this cover. This is the VVT DOD. But this is the L92. I'm pretty sure they just only had displacement on demand with the 4-cylinder deactivation crap. So, and I'm pretty sure that's what failed on this. Those lifters. If I had to bet. Oh man. Something like this. I'll probably use this. This headband is loose. I'm gonna tighten it. And this is me, man. something don't work, I got something else that has no business being there that will help it work, if that makes sense. So, you know, all the tools I buy, it's a necessity. But this has been the best tool I ever bought. I did everything manually with the first Genesis and the builds in between. I'm just gonna nick up my snout, man. I hope that doesn't happen. There we go. All right, it should be coming right off soon. You know what? All right, so like I said, we got this off. All right, it's a truck balancer because this is a truck engine, an L92 out of a Yukon, 6.2 liter, as you can see. So now we're gonna pop this cam cover off. You know, I actually need these bolts. So I don't know why I'm tossing them around like that. I need these. But I call it an organized mess. Taking these engines apart millions of times, man. Millions of times. It doesn't look like it had many oil changes, I'll tell you that much. So this is the cam phaser. So this did have, this is variable valve timing, right guys? I don't know. This is a cam phaser though. And if I'm wrong, somebody correct me. I don't see no cause for concern, honestly. Not yet, at least. All right, let's continue. All right, so this engine does have, I thought it was, I'm just gonna clarify. This is a cam phaser. It does have variable valve timing and displacement on demand. So we gotta get that bad boy out. I'm just prepping this. I gotta remove the oil pan before I can get the pump out because I have to remove the oil pickup. So yeah, I won't be able to get this out. Oh, maybe I will. Nope, I won't. If this phaser wasn't here, I would be able to get it out though. So let's just remove the bolts from the pan. Alright, so definitely don't want to lose this. You gotta disassemble it from here. It's hooked up here, but I'm not even gonna fight to go look for my sockets right now because no fucking idea where they are. This is the oil pump. Let me just put this here for now. All right. And this is a timing chain tensioner. And it's garbage. They like to break and come apart and fall on your oil pan. So I and a lot of people use the LS2 wishbone tensioner. It's just like a little plastic piece that covers this. Or if you have an LS1, you won't even have this. You have nothing there. So let me grab that real quick. Just a cam retainer plate. And yes, if you don't replace these, if you have an old build, this right here is flat. It's down there flat. It should probably have low oil pressure. But if this is flat, you're not gonna have oil pressure. What am I doing? Before I can pull the cam, I gotta pull the heads. All right, so pulling the head. Let's just try. People like to use stock bolts. I don't think this engine's ever been opened until it was pulled, but I don't like stock bolts. I use the ARP bolts because they're only $100 Not the ARP studs, the ARP bolts, because they're reusable. And like I said, I didn't open this engine. Whoever had this, I guess they pulled the head to look at it. Because I was told it's a top end noise. So we'll find out if that's true here in a second. My first time opening this up. Actually gotta lower this. When I sold my last engine, I had a nice old Dirty Dingo valley cover lift plate, but still on my other engine I sold. So far, so good. So, I'm assuming this engine is a lot older than what I'm used to, so far so good. I usually just use the magnet and they come right out, but so good. I don't see any issues. That's what I was looking for. So far, so good, man. So far, so good. I don't see anything wrong. The cylinder walls look good. Funny story, man. I'm just trying to break up some of the silence. Back in the very beginning, when I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and that's as far as the very first LS1 I built, which is actually, I built and tuned that engine myself. And a very good friend of mine, Brad, I mean, if you looked at us, you wouldn't think we would ever, you know, become friends, you know. And I'm, you know, I don't judge a book by its cover. Some of the coolest people I met were white, but I mean, he's older, you know. Let me shut up, because some people aren't understanding what the fuck I'm saying. But if you understand what I'm saying, you understand what I'm saying. But he ended up being one of the coolest people I met, man. I sold him a couple things, engine. He even mailed back a oil pan I needed, and he didn't have to do that, you know. So, but anyway, he ended up getting it tuned, and if I remember correctly, his tuner said some of the timing was a little bit aggressive up top, but otherwise it was great. And the engine made, I think, 390 something wheel horsepower and like 441 wheel torque. So, you know, that's my shining achievement, still running strong to this day. And like I said, I can't see anything. I don't know why this thing would have noise unless it's bottom end, so. But, let's get this cam out. And, but yeah, I didn't even get to finish my story. The story went, where's that phaser bolt? Y'all see where I put that phaser for this? I put that engine together, and you know, at the end when you're using stock bolts, you have to, oh fuck, this thing's locked in here. I think it might have been a cam bearing then. Yep, this thing is locked. That's the problem. All right, guys, yeah, I found what the issue was. But it's a fucking cam bearing, man. And I don't see it. It is locked in here, guys. Yep. That bad boy's locked up. It's not wanting to come out. All right, let me just spin this over. And we'll take a look at it from the bottom. Where's my impact? But yeah, okay, my bad. So the story. When I was putting it together, when you have the stock bolts, right? The stock head bolts, you're putting the heads together. It's like I think you punch them to like a certain foot-pounds, and then it's angles from there. You do like a 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree type deal. And I kept thinking, 90 degrees is like 15 minutes on the clock. But I was spinning it around like, so 1 hour, so that's what, fucking 360 degrees. And they would pop. So I had my boy Tyler Anderson come pull them, and just fun. I did that 2 or 3 times. He had to keep coming over. He had to keep coming over to do the time cert. So there's a couple time certs in there. And not even that, when I went to put the motor together, I forgot to put the bolts in on the with the lifters. The lifter trays. So I explained that story terribly. I'm sorry, guys. Probably didn't make a whole lot of sense, but so I don't off top, I don't see an issue right off the top of it, but that cam's not gonna come out. I gotta get that cam out. But there's nothing loose. I guess I'll take some of these off, but I don't see an issue. I do not see an issue at all. All right, guys, so let me turn this off before I get a strike. So what I had to do was just put the bolt back in and pop it out like that. That's definitely a cause for concern, because I've never had that issue before. But, we'll see what's up with this cam, bro. Yeah, a cam bearing definitely had a spun or something, man. This shit is tough. Yeah, I don't see any issues, man. I don't see any issues. It looks like the second, not this first one. The second, I can't tell. It looks like the second one is pushed out some. It's really hard to tell though. But you know me, man, if these bearings don't look too bad, I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna send it, man, because you know I could take it to a machine shop to get it hot tanked and get the cam bearings redone, and you know that's relatively inexpensive, but I don't know if you guys can see that second one. It looks thrashed. Boy, these cam bearings look trash, man, but I know you're not supposed to look at them, but they look destroyed. I'm a send it kind of guy, but that cam bearing right there, that shit looks ate up, man. Especially compared to the rest of them, look. It looks like it was chewed up. Of course I can't get in there, but yeah, I'm probably gonna have to take this block to have the cam bearings done. For sure. All right, so y'all saw me take it apart, and this Chandler, I got another Genesis Chandler, but I saw it like it was detonating. You see it right here, the chunks. So look at that, chunk missing right there, and this piston here is broken. Right up top there, but there's no cylinder wall damage, so looks like I'll be able to get away with replacing that one. And I don't know about this one yet. The chunks in it. Yeah. So what I'm doing now is I'm just gonna spin this over. Make sure there's no damage to the cylinder wall. And this is, it's a slight groove here, but it doesn't catch your nail. It's more visual than anything. Yeah, man. Everything else is good, man. I'm definitely gonna send this shit. I don't know if I'm gonna change the cam bearing, man. I might just change these two pistons and call it a day, man. I might roll the dice. What do you guys think? And also, while I'm here, here's a Supercharger, LSA Supercharger, with a CTSV lid. I know some of you guys are confused because the lid portion looks different. My last one was black. This one is, you know, it's the same size as a Z01 Supercharger in the back, but the front is a slimmer profile, lower profile. So power difference is negligible, but I'm gonna see if this will fit in the Genesis without having to hack up the hood. This one has a reinforced brick already. You can see. What happens with these is they collapse. They collapse inwards, and it stops the flow of coolant. You know, you have heating issues. Some of them even, I think some of them even start to leak. I think, don't quote me on that. And you know, coolant gets in here, you know, it can get ugly. But they do collapse under stock boost level. So, you know, I got this one reinforced. Oh, also, so this is how you can tell if your supercharger is good. It spins freely, right? But I don't know if you guys can see. Look at the play here before the rotor spin. Look at that. The isolator inside is bad, so I'm gonna be making another video of how to take this apart, replace the isolator, put it back together. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna document everything from point A to point B with this build. So